What's up, everybody? This is Anthony with VR365. What is going on? Today is Saturday. It is June 1st, the year of Gaben 2019. And the HP Reverb is now available for order. Oh my God. So, you know what? I'm serious, man. So, in chat, right? In chat, I'm seeing people talk about the Reverb. I just looked at I was on this website last night looking at the Reverb, and it was like out of stock. People over here are talking about Reverb, and now I am on the HP website, and it shows the Reverb add to cart. Ships by June 18th. 650 buccarinis. Right now, I'm only able to find the professional version, professional edition. I'm not finding the other edition. Where are you guys ordering Reverb from? Like, well, I mean, a lot of you guys are like in the UK and stuff, so it's probably like a different thing here. But let me go back. Let me go to Amazon. There's a Rakuten deal. But is that, oh, really? $70 off? That's actually a pretty good deal. Yeah, so the Reverb is in the mix. Shockers of shockers. Yeah, this is like a late breaking story because I was not ready for this. I want to order a Reverb. I've been like really slow on the draw to order a Reverb, and the whole Rift S thing, like I didn't get a Rift S. I was going to get a Rift S. I was waiting. Honestly, I was just waiting for like my local Best Buy to get a Rift S in stock. They've never had a Rift S. Like they don't carry. It's weird, man. My local Best Buy. I'm looking up HP Reverb on Amazon, and I'm not finding it. I'm finding like their old headset, the old HP headset, like the old mixed reality headset. I'm not finding the Reverb on Amazon. And then if I go to like HP's actual website, yeah, I'm not going to do it. The Pro is the better option anyway. Really? I mean, isn't it just a different face gasket? Like it's just a different face gasket, right? But it's weird how like I cannot find the page. Like I'm going to the HP Reverb website and it's only giving me the Pro edition. Like it doesn't give me an option for the other edition. I'm just getting the Pro edition. But yeah, you know, man, I'm tempted to order this thing. I know all the problems with like the cable and everything. The cable's like 3.5 meters. People have said, like this one guy did a review. There's a guy that did a review with the Reverb not too long ago. Reverb not on Amazon yet. Can't find it. So the thing about it, there it is on Amazon. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on Amazon. I see it now on HP. I can show you guys what I'm looking at. Let's go. Well, actually, no. I have to go over to our webinar and do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over here. HP Reverb. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. HP Reverb. So let's go to the webinar. So here we go. HP Reverb. So like when I do a search for HP Reverb, I click on this, and it's showing me this website here. And it, you know, it has $649.99. It has this, and then you can click on like shop now. You click on shop now, and then it shows this one right here, which is the professional version. Add to cart, ships by June 18th. Will they start shipping immediately, or are you waiting until June 18th? The other thing that I heard is so supposedly it has a 3.5 meter cable, but somebody, like I was mentioning this one time in some Reddit thread somewhere, talking about this headset and saying, I don't know, man, this might not be a viable headset really for VR gamers. Like if you want to stand up and use a Reverb, might not be viable, because this one guy did a review of it and he said that the cord is hella thick, hella heavy, and incredibly short. And he basically said, if you're buying this for stand-up room scale VR, you are making a terrible mistake. Don't do it. This is not meant for stand-up room scale VR. And so I heard about that, and I was mentioning that to somebody else about, this 3.5 meter cable, and somebody else replied back and said, no, the actual official version, like the real version that's going to be shipped out, is actually a 4 meter cable. But I don't know. I don't know that it says see all the specs. Does it say how long the cable is? It says 0.6 meter headset cable that's for the HPZ VR backpack. That's for the backpack thing. What's in the box? 1.1 pound. Specs, special offers, reviews. But yeah, this is the product number for it, 7DH4 out, number ABA. And yeah, I don't know where the regular $600 one is. And then apparently there is some kind of deal where you can get $70 off. So that's pretty exciting. I'd love to order. See, the thing is, I really want to see the Reverb. And the way I'm looking at it in regards to the Reverb is I'm looking at it as a $200 rental is pretty much what I'm looking at it. I'm just thinking of it as a $200 rental. Now, what I mean by that is my plan is to get this Reverb into my house, use it for about 90 days. So they're saying, it says right there 4 meter cable. Okay, so that's a little bit better if it is 4 meters. But my idea is to use this in my house for about 90 days and then probably sell it on eBay. And my hope is that I would take the loss that I would take from buying it and then selling it off to somebody else. I would try, ideally the loss would be $200 or less. So I'm basically paying $200 to rent the Reverb for 90 days. Which sounds pretty ridiculous. It sounds pretty ridiculous to do that. Like, why would you rent the Reverb for 90 days for $200? It seems kind of ridiculous. But for me, I want to do it because I want to know. I want to know what 2160 by 2160 to each individual eyeball. I want to know what that looks like. And when you go back to Norm from Tested, when they were talking about the Valve Index, he conceded the fact that the Reverb does have an advantage over the Valve Index just in pure brute force resolution. It has an advantage there. Now, ultimately, I think if we, cornered Norm and said, look, which one of these headsets would you rather have, the Valve Index or the HP Reverb? I think it's the Valve Index all day and twice on Sunday. I fully believe that. But at the same time, I think Norm would probably say, but man, the Reverb does look really good. It does look really good with it pretty much eliminates screen door. I'd like to see that because I think the Acer Oho Concept D, that's coming later this year, I believe. And the HTC Vive Cosmos is coming a little bit later in the year as well. So if you want to see 2160 by 2160, this is probably the opportunity to see it if you want to see it right now without having to wait a long time. And I just kind of look at it as this $200 rental. Now, the question of the day, let's go back to our standard scene here. The question of the day, let me grab my little question of the day deal, is... So the question of the day, will I lose more than $200? Will I lose more than $200? That's the question of the day. Do you guys think, because here's the thing, I got to pay, let's say I get it for $600. I'm going to forget the Ratuken deal because I've already done the Ratuken one time, and I think that might be for brand new customers. But I'll look into that. But let's say I spend $600. And then also taxation. There is taxation, and I'm paying 8% tax, right? So that's going to take it damn near to $700 for this thing. Once it and I don't. Do I have to pay shipping? Do they do? Oh, it is free shipping. So it's free shipping if you order it from HP. So that is good news. But will I take more than a $200 loss? That's the question of the day. If I only take a $200 loss, I can kind of deal with it. It's a painful thing, but I'm not paying for it. You guys are. My Patreon supporters are paying for it. My PayPal donators are paying for it. So, I can take that risk, and I can see I can live the Reverb dream, and I can see what the Reverb is all about. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and order this puppy, but I can't order it right now because I'm doing this damn show. So let's go ahead and get the show on the road. So let's go back over, let's see, what is our first story of the day? I think our first story of the day is Onward. So yeah, let's go to the webinar. And yeah, Reverb, this whole Reverb thing, dude, I've been checking every day on the Reverb for weeks. And on a freaking Saturday it becomes available. Like, that's kind of strange. Okay, so one of the biggest stories of the day, Onward, has added a virtual Gunstock mode for Rift S and Windows Mixed Reality. Well, basically, there's an update that's coming. I'm not sure if the update is already here, but there is an update that's coming, and it's adding more than just this. It's improving the lighting. It's improving animation, performance. It's also adding support for the Valve Index controllers. So official support for the Valve Index controllers is also incoming. But in addition to all of these other features, the update is also going to add a virtual Gunstock. And there's a lot of talk on the Oculus I was going to say the Oculus Rift S subreddit, but no, that doesn't exist. Probably should exist, right? But there's a lot of talk on the Oculus subreddit about the issue of virtual Gunstocks. Is the Rift S a usable item? Like, ultimately, if you're a prime time Onward type guy, if you're into these gun games, if you're like that dude down there on the ground, I mean, that dude is really into it, bro. He's got a real beard. He could be in Afghanistan with that beard. He's got an Afghanistan level kind of a beard right there. He's got his gun stock, and he's got his controllers, and he's laying down on the ground, and he's doing big things. Is that guy right there going to be able to deal with the Rift S? That's the question. And there's a lot of people on the Oculus subreddit that are saying, you know what, I tried. It's going back. And that's why some of these people should have kept their CV1s. They should have held on to their CV1s, because if you find out that it's just not going to work for you, because what the virtual Gunstock does, what it basically does is your front hand, basically it creates this virtual Gunstock so that your hands are going to be locked in position like this. And it's based on the movement of your front hand, the hand that's farther away. Because this hand right here, it has a problem. It's too close to your head, and so that hand is not going to be tracked properly. So it locks it to your front hand, so when you're doing it, it's basically this virtual Gunstock thing, so that hopefully it won't be as bothersome. Some people are going to have a problem with that. They're just not going to like it. They're just not going to want to deal with this virtual Gunstock thing. Other people are saying, no, it's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. But that's what's going on. So it says, for now, virtual Gunstock mode is a solution for shooters. When you bring a two-handed weapon up to aim, virtual Gunstock mode kicks in and keeps the weapon locked in position. Your front hand and body movement now controls the aim. We tested the mode today and found it works as described. Although there is a slight loss of fine control. And see, that's where I think a dude like this is going to have a really big problem with that. But they mention here that Onward is one of the 3 games in VR League, the first and biggest VR esports league, which is sponsored by Oculus. So Facebook obviously has a major incentive in making the game fully playable on the Rift S and making it work on the Rift S, but they're going to go to the Gunstock thing. And they're going to have to tell these guys, like, they're going to have to explain to them, look, you're going to have to get used to it. And these guys are going to be like, oh man, this is freaking bogus. This shit doesn't work right. But they're like, look, man, Oculus sponsors this. You know, you got to deal. You got to deal with this or hit the road, Jack. So what is it going to be? Are you going to deal with it? Are you going to come to grips with virtual Gunstock mode, or are you going to hit the road because it's sponsored by Oculus? You got to deal with this. So that has happened. People are talking back and forth about whether or not that's a good thing or not. Let's go ahead and see what chat has to say about that. I've got to involve chat a little bit more, right? Okay, let's see. Tracking lost on Quest and Rift S is so annoying. That's your boy Jim Hall. Now, Jim Hall, I gotta say, I did not take you for Mr. Onward or Mr. Contractors. Really? Is the tracking loss on Quest? Because the only time I've seen, I don't have a Rift S right now at the moment, by the way, but I did use it at GDC, and in my brief time with it, I didn't really have any problems, but I wasn't putting stuff up to my head like that. Now, with the Oculus Quest, I have played a little bit of Creed, Rise to Glory, and I've been impressed with Creed, man. The very first time I played Creed on the Quest, I was like, this is really watered down. But then I played it again, and I was playing a completely different boxer, and he was like standing right in front of me, and I was like super impressed by how good everything looked. But I did notice when I was going like this, and I was trying to do my boxing thing, and I was putting my fists up here like this, it was tweaking out, and I kind of had to go like this to get it to stop tweaking out. And that was bothersome, but it's not game breaking. I guess if Creed is the game, if Creed was my bread and butter and all I did was play Creed every day, all day, that would have boned me out. Jim Hall says he has more hours in FPSs than any other game by far. So he is that guy. Jim is that Onward guy. Deli Wolfensparger says, Quest tracking is really good? Huh? Well, define really good. I think Quest tracking is pretty solid. Like, I feel like it's pretty good. Of course, there is the whole light situation that people are dealing with, and this is with Rift S as well, where if you don't have enough light in your room, that's a problem. You might need to get one of those IR illuminator blaster things for a darker room. But my rooms, there's pretty good light, and I don't have too much tracking problems. My tracking is pretty good, and I've always thought Rift S had even better tracking. So, and Paolo Triani says, Creed on the Quest, I lost tracking. Yeah, the tracking, I mean, it's when you bring it up to your face is where I had a little bit of a problem. But yeah, he says, I mean, it's excellent. Okay, Del Wolfensparger says he means it's excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty freaking solid. I prefer the tracking on Quest over PlayStation VR. So, I mean, I think it's better than PlayStation VR, which isn't hard. I mean, that's pretty freaking easy to do. Okay, another story I wanted to get into real quick, and this is going to be a shorter show today. We don't got a lot going on today, so there's not a lot of stuff to cover today. But another thing I wanted to go into real quick, actually, you know what? I do have some trailers I need to run, so maybe I should run one of those before I get into our next story. Let me see. What were some of the trailers I had for today? Okay, I wanted to remind you guys. So I have a trailer for Drive, but let's bounce back to the webinar. And I wanted to remind everybody, there's this game Drive. Do you guys remember this game Drive? There's a new VR racing game that is going to be coming in the very, very near future. In fact, I was talking to a developer at this studio, and he thought that it might be ready in late May. Now, obviously, May has come and gone. Today is June 1st, and we can see right here that it does have a release date of June 2019. And based on the fact that he thought there was a pretty good chance it might arrive in late May, this is probably coming out in June. So if you guys have kind of been sleeping on this, there is this game called Drive. Now, here's what it says. It says VR arcade racing. Put your foot to the floor and hang on as you battle challenging opponents across a range of tracks and racing types in search of glorious victory. Built for VR, it lets you feel the thrill of racing with beautiful car interiors and track environments. Now, the thing that I like about this is I like the fact that it's arcade racing. Like, that's what I want. I want arcade racing. Graphics look really good. Of course, when you talk about racing games and graphics, these things can tax your video card in a major way. Look at the nighttime, like those lights lighting up, like that looks really cool. I think that would look really good in VR. Like that looks pretty sweet. So there is this game Drive. We can't forget about it. And they do have a brand new cinematic trailer that just came out, I think, a couple of days ago. Why don't we go ahead and check this out real quick? Because this is one of these games that might have been slipping under our radar a bit. So let me go ahead and grab this trailer. I'm going to pump the volume up on my question of the day, which has no audio. And let's check out the brand new trailer for Drive. Okay, yeah, that is Drive, and it is coming this June to Steam, and it does look pretty good. Of course, all racing games trailers look drop dead gorgeous. They all look drop dead gorgeous. It doesn't matter if it's Drive Club, hell, even Mario Kart. A trailer for Mario Kart looks drop dead gorgeous. It's just racing games in general look so good in trailers because they show you these different camera angles with the cars zooming by, and it's so colorful, so beautiful. And the nighttime, I do like the nighttime factor because you've got a lot of racing games that don't give you, hey, Lincoln Clay 670, that sounds like somebody that might have been in chat one time. So they've got UK Rifter, and they've got Lincoln Clay 670 with a few quotes talking about how cool this is. But I am looking forward to an arcade kind of a racer because most of the racers that we have, they're mostly sim. And then if you go to like the arcade racers, those are more like futuristic hovercraft type games that aren't like a real racing game like this, but kind of arcade style. So I think there is room for a bit of a more arcadey experience where you don't have to like really get super deep into the weeds in terms of how to control your car and stuff. I don't have a steering wheel though, so I know I'm going to miss out on quite a bit of the enjoyment when you have a legitimate steering wheel there. But I just wanted to remind people this might be slipping under the radar a bit. This is Drive. It is coming in June. And I do believe it is going to come out in June. It says the VR game requires the use of a gamepad or keyboard and mouse. So yeah, you're going to have to. Now here's a perfect example of a Reverb game, right? This might arrive the same day my Reverb does. No, but these are the kind of games where if you have a Reverb and you don't have a tremendously long cord, you know, but you're going to be sitting in a chair and you're going to be using like an Xbox controller or maybe a steering wheel. And this is where the Reverb comes into play. Of course, it's going to push your graphics card to a whole nother level. And racing games are already known to bring graphics cards to their knees. And then on top of that, you're trying to run 2160 by 2160. This is where you're going to need that 2080 Ti. But you could, of course, try not to deal with the 2080 Ti and just live with reprojection and stuff, but still run it at that crazy high resolution. But you're going to be dealing with a lot of reprojection. But that is Drive. It is coming up in the not too distant future. So let's go ahead and keep our eyes on that puppy. Okay, let's see. Why don't we go ahead and, what was the next thing I wanted to get into? Let me go back to my show notes here. InReal. Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk just quickly about InReal because I mentioned it the other day. Let's go back to the webinar here. And if we bounce over to InReal, the website, and I like their design here. I kind of like what they got going on in terms of their look, like the big orange background, the silhouetted person. I mean, these aren't the first people to ever do this, right? But it's a good look. And purple on orange is a good look. I like it. And then, if you scroll down and then it goes to a different color background. And it's 52-degree field of view. And the actual glasses themselves, and lightweight, 88 grams. Imagine if we had VR headsets that weighed 88 grams. How freaking incredible would that be? I mean, the Oculus Quest is like 588 grams. It's like add another 500 grams on top of this 88 for the Oculus Quest. So it is very lightweight, but is this going to provide serious AR for people? Not really. It's not like hard. It's like this is going to pale in comparison to HoloLens 2 and to Magic Leap, but it's $500. It's $500. Now, there are two packages. Now, this is why I wanted to bring this up really quick, because I wasn't sure what was the real difference here between the consumer kit for $500, the developer kit for $1,200, because it seemed like such a gigantic difference between the two. But what it is the developer kit, it comes with this actual computing unit, and it comes with a controller. And so the computing unit includes a Snapdragon 845. It's on an Android operating system. And it's kind of like the little puck that you have if you have a Magic Leap, is how that works. And then it's got this weird little controller thing that's off to the side, a little 3DOF touch-sensitive haptic feedback controller that you can use along with it. But the $500 deal, so you're just hooking it directly up to your phone if you're doing the $500 deal. Like, see this guy, you can see he's got a wire. They're actually showing the wire, which Tilt 5 learned from this. Everybody else, you got to show the wires, man. You got to show the reality of these products. Don't hide the wires. Don't hide the reality, because why are you going to do that? You're not going to be able to hide it forever. It's going to get out into the wide open. Just embrace the problems that you have, or embrace the nitpicks of your product and lean into it and just say, yeah, this is part of our reality for now. It's not going to be wireless yet. But like this image right here, it shows the wire and it's going to this dude's phone. Remember, you got to have a Snapdragon 855 though. Now this guy has like the developer kit, and I think that is the computing unit that he's wearing around his neck, like a Flavor Flav kind of a necklace, basically dangling around. So that's what that guy's doing. And then that's running a wire somewhere, and it's going to his headset there. And he's got that weird, the controller though, I do not get the controller. I do not get what's going on with that round controller. But yeah, this is InReal. And I just wanted to mention real quick. But yeah, I like the colors, the backgrounds, like these really ultraviolet colors with a silhouette, cool styly. So that is InReal. Just wanted to mention that real quick, because the other day I didn't realize what the $1,200 one was, and I forgot that they do have that light pack. They have their own compute that you can get along with it. So that is InReal. Okay, one of the stories we have today is the Oculus Touch controllers, the new controllers. Danger, Will Robinson, danger, because check this out. This guy dropped his brand new Oculus Touch controller, supposedly from knee height, and broke the tracking ring. What a major tragedy this is. I mean, this is not a good situation, ladies and gentlebots. You do not want this to happen. Look at that. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. He tried to super glue it back together, but it just didn't work. And now he's got tracking problems. And so in this particular thread that is on the Oculus Rift subreddit, I dropped my Rift S control. So this was a Rift S controller, but they're identical. The Rift S and Oculus Touch controllers are identical. They're the same exact controller, the same exact build quality, the same exact plastics and materials. So whether you own an Oculus Quest or whether you own a Rift S, you want to be aware of this, and you might want to try to baby your controllers a little bit, maybe use that wrist strap a little bit more than you would like to. And a lot of people came into this thread, and one of the things that they were saying is, man, with the old original touch controllers, I've banged that shit against drywall, I've banged it on hard surfaces, and you know, it's got nicks, it's got dents, it's got like paint scratched on it, but it's working perfectly fine. Like this guy says, I've straight punched a desk with the old controllers and it damaged the wood more than the controllers. So a lot of people are talking about the old classic controllers have a better build quality, just better materials, better build quality. And so this is something that Oculus might have to be concerned with here. And hopefully they pay attention to this, they notice this. If this becomes a regular thing, if a lot more people start breaking their controllers, like, I don't know, did this guy really drop it from knee height? Like how tall is this dude? Is this dude like 20 feet tall? Because your knee, like I'm 6'2", and my knee is like 2 feet off the ground. Like if I were to drop my freaking Oculus Touch controller, I mean my Oculus Quest Touch controller from like my knee height, I mean that's like not even 2 feet, and the tracking ring's gonna break like that. I don't know if he was playing on cement. Was it on this wood surface? A lot of questions, we're not really sure. He says that it still works, but the tracking is janktacular, and then it's also got to feel weird as you're moving it around. It's got to feel a little bit weird that it's got that disconnect right there. Also, you could probably scratch yourself pretty good with it cut like that. That's gotta suck. Although, here is the good news. I think Oculus is selling these individually, right? I thought I heard somewhere that, oh shit, I'm in the wrong area. Oh man, I wasn't on my Webby browser. My bad. We're in the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Oh man, I was talking for like 5 minutes too. So this is the controller that I'm talking about. This is the broken controller. My bad. But yeah, I think Oculus is selling these, like, can't you buy these individually now? Like 2 of them for maybe $70 or something like that? Yeah, here it is. I'm sorry, folks. See, the problem is I need to move my browser over here. And then I can look at my browser over here, but then I'm looking in the wrong direction. So sometimes I have my browser over here, but then it covers up my entire OBS. And that's where the mistake was made. So my bad. This is the controller I'm talking about. Yeah, this guy dropped his controller apparently from about 5 feet. I mean, not 5 feet. He dropped it from knee height. Supposedly from his knee height, like he was bending over doing something. The controller was down at his knees, by his knees, dropped it, and bam, it just split right in half on the very top of that tracking ring somehow, and it broke. And so this is what I was talking about. And a lot of people in this thread are talking about how durable and how, you know, they're built like a tank. The old controllers, the original Oculus Touch controllers, you smack them, you ding them up, you hit them against a wall, you hit them against a hard surface. Like this guy says, the CV1 controllers are invincible. I punched my ceiling while playing Echo Arena so much it had dents, scratches, and everything, yet it worked flawlessly. And there's a lot of people that are jumping into this thread that are all saying the same thing about that. And I'm just hoping that this is not a widespread issue, because that would kind of suck. there's always something. There's always something that comes out of the woodwork, and that is, it's concerning. Hopefully it's not going to be a widespread problem. Apologies again by not showing you guys what the hell I was talking about. Was I on the InReal website when I did all the InReal part, or was I still on the freaking trailer that whole time as well? Oh man, my bad. Okay, so another thing I wanted to go to real quick is, you might remember yesterday, I forget where we were, but we were bouncing around, maybe on the Oculus Rift subreddit, and we saw a quick teaser clip from Defector. Well, I've been able to find like a video clip of that clip. It's only like 15 seconds long. Why don't we go ahead and check out this quick teaser clip of Defector and see what that is like. So let's go ahead and go back over here. Okay, yeah, this is the right window. I'm going to turn this up, and I'm going to grab this quick teaser clip of Defector. So let's go ahead and grab that. Pretty much it. Pretty short. It's only about 15 seconds. But basically what this teaser clip is showing us is that you're kind of in the dark in this situation here in Defector. You obviously have a light that is connected to your gun. You also have this HUD that is over there on the side. And I gotta tell you, our boy Mame Fan, not gonna be happy about this. Does not like HUDs. When you're in virtual reality, what do you need the HUD for? I guess they're going to probably explain, like, maybe you've got like high-end AR freaking contact lenses or something, and this is like an AR HUD that you're experiencing as this like high-end spy guy that's running through. But do you guys like HUDs on the screen like that? Or do you like to go into the options and turn off the HUDs? What do you think? I mean, we're all playing Blood and Truth. Well, those of us with PlayStation VRs, we're playing Blood and Truth. Defector, we still don't have a date on Defector. I think we did hear summer. Like, I thought the last time we heard something about Defector, we heard that it was coming this summer, which summer, of course, does extend into the month of September. So it might still be a little while before we get Defector. But we do believe that there is got to be a pretty big Oculus exclusive that's got to be incoming relatively soon. I think graphically it looks pretty good, and obviously it's straight up free locomotion here. Twisted Pixel has been let out of jail because their very first game was way back. They were developing that way back before we even had touch controllers. So Wilson's Heart was kind of developed with the idea, like they weren't even sure maybe you'd even have touch controllers, or like half of the audience wouldn't have them. And so now this is going to be their, like, we're going to see what Twisted Pixel is all about with this Defector game, much more than with Wilson's Heart, I'd have to imagine. But yeah, that is a quick little sneak peek of Defector that should be coming out. And yeah, Del Wolfensparger says, at VR365, it is the Iron Man UI. It's the new fad. But no, Iron Man makes sense. Like, that's one of the few exceptions where I'm good. Like, go ahead, put all the meters in my face, because that's part of Iron Man. Like, that's in the movie, in the Iron Man movies. You see Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and you see all the freaking things that are popping up everywhere, all the little AR things. And that all makes sense. But in this game, like, you're not wearing a helmet or anything. You're a spy. You're infiltrating, you're probably infiltrating this, like, stronghold or whatever that you're doing right here. I'm not sure why they have a meter right on the screen. And then I'm kind of wondering, like, what is that meter for? Is that your health? Because we don't really see anything happen with that meter. He shoots that guy. Let's see. There's a guy that comes out with, like, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, not sure what the deal is with the meter, but graphically does look pretty decent. Yeah, VR Spy Guy says Wilson's Heart is an awesome game. Yeah, it's not a bad game at all, but they were constrained in terms of that node-based teleportation system. Paradise Decay says, wait, Anthony is live and I'm not in bed? Yeah. So I'm gonna do shows when it's easy for me to do a show, and so I decided to do this show earlier today because it's gonna get hot. It's supposed to be like 90 something degrees today in Sacramento, so I had to hurry up and get this show in before it freaking gets crazy hot. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to see what else we've got to cover. So I have one other thing to cover. There is a game called Mare that is coming from Visiontrek Media. And let's see, I'm going to go back to the Webby. Did I grab the website for this? No, I guess I didn't. Okay, so let's go. Let's just do a quick Google search here. And Mare Visiontrek Media, I believe, is the name. Yeah. So there's a new game that's coming in hopefully the not too distant future, but this is another VR game that is coming out of the woodworks, and I did grab this trailer, so we'll be able to check that out in just a second. That trailer was featured at South by Southwest this year. But it says Mare is an exploratory and sensory VR adventure experienced through a mechanical bird and a lost girl on a journey through a mythical world. By the means of gaze. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so it's gaze controlled. Not a fan of that. But anyway, by the means of your gaze, you indirectly guide and manipulate a mechanical creature known as bird, which you, for yet unknown reasons, are attached to. Sailing the winds from vein to vein, you explore, traverse, and interact with the landscapes of Mare, a serene world lost in time and space, filled with untangled mysteries. And it says keep an eye on Facebook and Twitter for day-to-day updates. So this is coming for Oculus platforms. So it might be coming to the Oculus Quest. It might be coming to the Oculus Go. I think we can pretty much safely assume that it is coming to the Rift and Rift S. They have a number of different trailers here. They got some GIFs of it. It does have an interesting visual style. Like that looks super trippy right there. So all these weird like mechanical birds and things. It does have kind of an interesting look and style to it, to be sure. But why don't we go ahead and check out this trailer real quick? We can check that out. But yeah, it's another... Oh, Visiontrek. Yeah, Visiontrek Media is the name of the developer. It's another game that is coming out of the woodwork. And every once in a while, we do have some of these VR games that are sneaking up on us that we haven't really been covering. So let's go back over here to the standard scene. I'm going to go ahead and pump this volume up here, and we're going to check out Mare. Okay, and it does feature music by a very specific composer, and so I think that's kind of the music that we hear in the background. And of course, at the very end there, one of the things that it mentioned is that it's coming in autumn. And I wasn't sure, like, when is autumn exactly? And autumn basically starts in late September and it goes all the way into December. So this is probably going to be a fall release. I imagine it will hit both the Rift platform, probably Quest. Go might be kind of a maybe. But yeah, people have talked about it looks a little bit like Shadow of the Colossus. It looks a little bit like Eco. You know, it kind of has that vibe, kind of like Rime. Lone Tech says, this feels like Rime. I want it. Lefty 007 says, but it looks cool and everything, but what the hell do you do in the game? Well, this does have gaze control, and no, it's not. It's gaze control like your gaze, like when you're looking around. So it's basically head-based controls. So head-based controls, you got to understand that, which usually we don't really like games that do that. It looks like it's going to be kind of a puzzle game, but I like the world. I just like the world of it. Looks like it has like cool shadows and shading, subdued in terms of the color and stuff, but I like the lighting and stuff that's going on. Looks kind of cool. And so that's going to be coming later this year. And that is going to be an Oculus exclusive, at least in the beginning. It's going to be an Oculus exclusive. Whether or not it will remain an Oculus exclusive remains to be seen. But let's go back to the webinar. And one last story I have before we bounce out of here is Trover Saves the Universe. If you do have a PlayStation VR, and if you're not allergic to physical media, you can grab Trover Saves the Universe on Amazon for $25, so you can save a little bit. Of course, we do have that deal where if you want Trover for PC VR, you probably want to go to the Epic Game Store, and if you haven't already used that $10 credit that can be applied to a game that costs a certain amount, you can use that for Trover. You can get Trover for basically $16.99, I believe, so basically $17 for Trover. But if you're a PlayStation VR guy, you can get this for $25. But this is a physical copy. This is actually a physical disc copy. Of course, the nice aspect of that is you can sell it off to somebody else or give it away later. That's the one advantage of having a physical copy. Of course, actually getting up and ejecting a disc out of your PlayStation 4 is kind of very quaint. It's very 2013 or 2012 or 2011. It's been a long time since we've done that. We've gotten so used to digital downloads. But yeah, this is a physical copy. And you can go ahead and check the show notes. I do have a link for this on Amazon for Trover if you want to grab that for $25. Pretty decent deal if you're planning on grabbing that anyway and you want to save a few bucks. And Paradise Decay says Downward Spiral on Steam is 60% off. Why don't we check that out real quick? Yeah, there's always these different deals that happen. Downward Spiral Aura Station. Yeah, so it's only $8. It's only $8 right now, 60% off, normally $20. I've heard some good things about this game. This is one of these games, this released almost a year ago to the day, May 31st, 2018. So it was a year ago that this baby arrived. It also came to PlayStation VR a little bit later down the line, but this is one of these, there's a handful of games that I just missed. I didn't get the game, didn't happen to play it. This is one of the few, but I've heard good things about it. People have said some pretty good things about Downward Spiral. Oh shit, Reverb sold out. Just kidding. Yeah, no. I wonder how many people are going to be jumping all over the Reverb. You got to imagine so many people have bought a Rift S. So many people have ordered a Valve Index. Like, do people really have money left over for Reverb? I know Dear Sophie does, but what about the rest of us? I got to order my Reverb, by the way. I got to order my Reverb. Somebody do me a favor in our Discord server. If you find a link to the regular Amazon, or not the Amazon, but the HP version of the regular Reverb for $599. I need to order a Reverb, goddammit. Jim Hall says, have to get in on the second wave of Reverb too. Dude, I'm in California. I'll drive down to, can I just like drive down to their offices and buy one physically? You know, it shouldn't be that hard for them to ship it to me from Palo Alto, right? Oh my God, he's not kidding. It really is sold out? Oh, damn. And I was doing this show. Let me go. Okay, so here we are. Here's Reverb, guys. Let's refresh. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No. Wait a minute. Now, isn't Amazon going to get a few of these? Maybe Best Buy is going to get a few of these? No. God, I was waiting so long for the goddamn Reverb. Why did I have to have a show right now? You know what I should have did? Here's what I should have did. This sucks. This is unfair. This is unfair. Okay, I've seriously, like, no joke. I'm not even kidding. All week long, I've been checking Reverb every now and then. I check on this website. I've been checking on Amazon. I've been like just doing random searches for Reverb all the entire week long. Then on an effing Saturday, it's in stock on a, like, what product comes in stock on a freaking Saturday? Oh my God. Well then F you, HP. F you. I guess I'm not getting a Reverb. F that noise. Man, that is bullshit. Okay, where is everybody? This just doesn't make sense, man. Like, they must have only had about a couple hundred of these puppies. How could they be sold out that fast again? This is the freaking Nathy factor. Nathy got a Reverb and everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon now. God damn, this is upsetting. I am legitimately upset. Although it is a lot of money. See, it's that damn Ratukin thing, right? There's a VR Steam bundle on Steam, 20% off. That's not the one that's like $123, because that is a bullshit bundle, Paradise Decay, if that's the one that you're talking about, where it's like Space Pirate Trainer and Job Simulator and all that. That is not a very good deal. Okay, Deli Wolfensparger says, I predicted it would sell out while you were doing the show. Yeah, I was just like, oh my God, damn it, I got boned again. You know what I should have did? See, I didn't know Reverb was out there, and I started seeing some people talk about it in chat before the show started. I should have just freaking delayed the show till 1 o'clock. And I should have been like, okay, well, F it. Reverb is out. I got to get my order in. But I thought, like, whatever happened to buying products? Like, dude, the product was only available for what, a couple of hours on a Saturday of all days. See, this is the problem with the goddamn internet. This is the problem with social media, with Twitter, Discord, Reddit. Information travels too goddamn fast. Back in the 80s, this shit would have been available for 2 weeks before it would have sold out. But information travels just too goddamn fast. Everybody finds out about it. They order it immediately. Man, I got boned. I got totally boned. I am suffering from FOMO like a mofo. That is Slay Blaze. Yeah, and I bought them all to scalp them. That pseudo soul, $1,200 each. Ah, man. And yeah, John Schrubeck said, didn't realize that were that many simmers out there. God, I got boned. I can't believe this. Boned twice. Boned on the Valve Index and boned on the HP Reverb live on air. A live on air boning. Ah, God, that is painful. Somebody help me. There's got to be, I need help. Contact us now. Yeah, I'm going to contact you and say, I'm live on the internet doing a stream. I've got 2,000 subs. I'm trying to get a Reverb. I know I don't have 30,000 subs. I have 2,000. I know I'm 15 times crappier than the other YouTubers, but please, for the love of God, send me a Reverb that I can try for a couple of months and send back in gently used condition. Come on, Hewlett Packard. Who's hyped the Reverb up more than me? Okay, maybe Sebastian, but he's already got one, right? Sebastian's already got one. Who is another YouTuber that has hyped the Reverb up more than me? Nobody. I've hyped the Reverb, and then I did a story on the Reverb killer. Like, who did a freaking story on the Reverb killer? Maybe that's why HP doesn't like me. I did a story on the Reverb killer, the Acer Oho Concept D. Goddamn Reverb. Got boned live on air. I can't believe it. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for this show. You want to talk about a bad mood? I'm about to get in a really bad mood. Dude, I want to spend some money. Like, I want to spend some money. I want to spend some of your money. I want to spend some of your guys' money. You know, the Patreon supporters, the PayPal supporters. I want to spend your money. Like, I wanted to buy a Rift S. I wanted to buy a Rift S at freaking Best Buy. Oh, by the way, Best Buy. Let me show you guys. Like, dude, I don't think any of the Best Buys carry the Rift S. Like, look, if I go to Best Buy, if I just go to Best Buy and I'm going to look up the Rift S, I'm going to show you guys what I've been looking at lately. So, like, I'll go here because I want to get if I get a Rift S, I want to get it from a physical Best Buy, or like order it and pick it up from a Best Buy. Because the reason why is if I have a problem with this, I want to be able to sell it. I mean, not sell it. I want to be able to take it back. Like, if I know very quickly that it just isn't going to work for me, I want to be able to take it back. And if you, like, I don't want to order it from Amazon, have to ship it back. Okay, so store pickup. Like, this is in my area, right? So Natomas, like, order for pickup on Friday, June 7th, Thursday, June 6th, Friday, June, this is like a week later. These are all a week later. Like, nobody has it, dude. I'm looking all over California. I have to go, like, even in San Francisco and stuff. And none of these places have got them in since this. I've been checking this since the damn thing launched. And so, like, the Rift S availability is not very good on this thing. Like, I'm surprised that other people around the country, like, they got them at their Best Buys. None of the Best Buys that we have around here got any of these Rift S's. And then they sold out, like, I don't know how many weeks ago that was. Like, wouldn't they get another shipment of Rift S's? Like, wouldn't more of them come back in? So I'm getting boned every which way. Every which way I'm getting boned. I can't buy a Rift S. I can't buy a freaking Reverb. I mean, what are the chances, though? Seriously, what are the chances the Reverb would come in stock when I'm about to do a dumb show, and I do my dumb show and it sells out before my dumb show is over? What are the odds? Oh my God. Somebody does not want me to have a new headset. So I guess I'll just go play my Quest and cry in the corner. Damn it, I can't believe it. All right, guys. Well, you know what? That's going to go ahead into it for this very unfortunate episode of VR 365 Live. If you know someone that works at Hewlett-Packard, some high-level employee, tweet at them. Hit them up. Tell them to slide into my DMs. I need to get me a Reverb. I need a Rift S, and people just don't like me, so I don't get any headsets. I get boned. All right, well, that's pretty much going to do it, folks, for this particular episode of VR 365 Live. I got to bounce. It is Saturday. It's a great day. It's going to be hot as hell. That's why I had to do this episode right now. It is going to be crazy hot. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of here, but everybody have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you guys on Sunday following an episode of VR Roundtable. I believe we are going to have an episode of VR Roundtable tomorrow morning, so look forward to that, probably around 9 p.m. Pacific time. But I will see everybody then. Everybody have a wonderful day. Play some Trover Saves the Universe, or play some Blood and Truth, or I don't know. You could play, of course, Space Ops VR. You could play Free Diver, Triton Down, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's, or maybe some Quest games that came out about a week ago or something like that. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Take it easy. Later.